Good morning. It is about 8 o'clock in the AM on Friday, the 3rd of October, 2025. And we are well into our first winter lunar cycle, Awakasikitsum, the deer moon. In fact, up toward the mountains and up north a little bit, we're going to be getting snow here, I think, over the weekend. Temperatures have been dropping. The cold is arriving. But I'm still in shorts and sandals. A hoodie, but shorts and sandals. I did dig out my toque this morning on the just in case, but I don't think I need it quite yet. Things have been quiet on the wildlife side of things. My snake season is over, unless we get an odd snake dropping into the university mechanical rooms or something again. They're all back at their dens and mostly underground already. The skunks and raccoons, there hasn't been a whole lot of business going on. We're on our way right now to check a skunk trap, but it's been here a few nights now with no catch, and I don't believe it's gonna catch, or it would have already if the skunk was there. I think these people got their dogs sprayed, not because it's living here, but it just happened to be passing through, and their backyard is pretty well sealed, so it probably got stuck back there with their dog. But let's go check the trap just in case. My suspicion is that animal is not coming back here to this house. I might have a better chance if I was to put it out in the alley or something. My dogs are going to look crazy at these little dogs that are going to pass. They're walking down the street. They're going to pass by my truck and just get bombarded by Rottweiler barking. Hello, doggy! Just making sure this dog is not out here waiting for me. I think what I should do, yeah, it's still open. What I think what I should do is put the trap out here for a night or two. See if we can catch it out there, because it ain't catching here. I don't think it's in here, but maybe it's still passing by. So let's move this trap and try that out. So I'm headed to the dog park. Gotta run the dogs. I'll bring the camera along, show you what's going on out there phenologically a little bit. Maybe we'll get a chance to stop at the pond later. And I've still got camera trap set up out there for the mink. So if we stop at the pond, we can pull the camera trap out, see if we got any video of the mink, and also see what's happening out there phenologically. I think most of my day I'm going to be working for my friend Tom, extending his fence around his acreage, most of which I've built. The other fencing around his acreage, so just continuing that work, which has taken years really. It's winter projects I do that with him. So yeah, I don't know what else is gonna be on the agenda today, but probably not a whole lot. I'll bring the camera in any case. We'll go see what's happening out in the coulees. Alright, yeah. Quite a difference that 1 or 2 weeks of progressively longer, colder nights can have on the appearance of things out here. I think it was only a week or two ago, less than 2 weeks, that I produced a video showing how things were, and the trees weren't nearly as yellow and red as they are now. There were a lot more blooms, flowers. I was still photographing. What do you see, Taylor? I was still photographing the last pollinators of the season. And now there's hardly anything to show in that regard. I've seen a little bit of tufted white prairie aster as I've walked along this morning. Seen a little bit of purple white alfalfa flowers, but even them are going away. Yeah, the season is upon us. So, and we're ready. I'm thinking I'm going to maybe advertise this weekend for walk and talks for kids, because the schools, the teachers are going on strike, it sounds like, starting Monday. And that's the case. Kids are going to need stuff to do. I hear that the province is going to have a program whereby we can get $150 per week for each of the boys who are missing school. And we can apply that toward, various activities and learning experiences and such. So it's an extra $1,200 a month to do that stuff with. It's not too shabby. Although, for most parents, it doesn't replace the cost of a day-long babysitting service all week, which is what the schools are for the most part. So, fortunately, in my case, Des is a stay-at-home mom anyway. And so it's not going to affect us too greatly. Yeah, lots of color. I'm going to be collecting the stems of leafy spurge as they turn red to use in various art projects. People think there's leafy spurge has no use. It has beautiful red stems as it progresses into winter. Some of it. We'll see if we can find some along here to show you an example. But I've been incorporating some of those red stems into my matchstick art, my prison art. And it looks really good. I want to collect a bunch of them as they kind of reach their peak. Turning red this season. Anyway, what else we got? We got a little bit of white sweet clover still. One little, what do they call it? Well, it's an aster. It's something or another beard. I keep thinking goat's beard, but that's wrong. That's the wrong aster. Hawk's beard. Hawk's beard. A little bit of hawk's beard left. A little bit of white sweet clover. And there was a tiny, let's see if I can find it. I'll show you when I do. It's a tiny, tiny flower out here that I was trying to find the identity of, and I haven't nailed it per species yet, but we got the general family. Let's see. Here's the little flowers I'm talking about. I don't see many of them actually open at the moment. There's some. They're tiny little purple flowers. Tiny little plant. It's already a lot in seed, it appears. Is that the same plant? Yeah, because here's one with the flowers on it. So, thought I'd try it. Those seeds don't taste good. Speedwell is the family. Or the genus, I don't know the species. Speedwell. Yeah, would be genus, eh? Well, Speedwell's a common English name, but basically, the Speedwell flowers all look like that. 4 little lavender petals, small little plants. Oh, the girls are like, you got your flower. Let's go up now. Fine then. Maybe we'll find a leafy spurge. See, there's a little bit of alfalfa there left among the white sweet clover. And once things warm up, there will be some insects out doing their thing. I don't know what kind of egg sac that is. That's pretty cool. Oh, we got a city of Lethbridge truck coming along to gather the trash and such.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good morning. Kind of busy up here. I'm seeing spurge, but I'm not seeing any red stems yet. The kind that I'm looking for. Anyway, yeah, just as I gave up, then I saw some getting the red stem. This is what I'm talking about right here. Hey, nice red stem that is really cool and can be an art. Yeah, but it only happens this time of year, and you got to take advantage of it. And it does dry red, dries good and red. But you got a window. It's like berry picking. You got a window of opportunity before it really winterizes, and then it kind of gets dull, you know. And even that red that I was showing is not the total red yet. It's reddening now. Hey, Taylor, come back here. Come here. You don't need to be. Hey, Taylor, come here. You don't need to be around the truck. Let's go down to the river. Hey, girls, come here. Look out. They don't know how to do vehicles. Well, Taylor doesn't. Hopper does. Hopper's a res dog. She knows how to stay out of the way of vehicles. Taylor's a urban, indoor for the most part dog, except for these adventures out by the river, you know. So she doesn't get a lot of vehicle avoidance practice. Yeah, now I'm seeing some good spurge out here. The stems, red stems, this is what I want right there. Yeah. Nice tall ones too. Good. Yeah, there's gonna be lots of good patches. Lots of good stuff to choose from. Last year I tried putting some of these yellow leaves in the bottom of a box with resin covering it, but the yellow did not stay even under the resin. They faded brown. All right, well, I'm gonna go home, have an online meeting to attend, 10 o'clock, and then regarding the documentary film that might be being made this winter. So I got the meeting at 10, then I'll be headed towards Tom's, but I'll probably stop off at the pond first, pick up the game cam from there, and take a look at how things are. I know the water is super low right now, lower than it's ever been, you know, in 20 years or so of paying attention to it there. So I'll show you what that looks like when we get there. Here we are at Spokane now. It's about 11:30 in the morning. You can see how shallow the waters are here. And I'm gonna make a quick round of the pond, probably down at the water's edge. Because while the water is this low, I like to take a look at anything exposed on the muddy banks, you know. Still looks like the water goes up a fair ways here. I'm scaring the mallards. So it's a good little group of mallards out here today. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick walk around, see what's up. I'm noticing still good number of grigs out here, and we got like, this is the hairy golden aster still in bloom. Seeing maybe some cherry face meadowhawks, kind of dragonfly. See if I can show you some examples here. Definitely still got road dusters as well as some other species of grasshopper. I should, at one time I was getting to know the species of grasshoppers, but I've forgotten them, most of them anyway. I know we got a two-striped grasshopper, and we got the we got the road duster. Check this guy out. A wee little turtle. Basking. Turtles' days are almost done. Out here, once we start getting into freeze, this place is mostly in the shadow of the coulee, and it gets pretty frozen over pretty quick. Of course, the last couple years, last year it surprisingly stayed open for into the second or third winter moon, which is not normal. Oh, we got a pink-edged sulfur butterfly moving around. Where'd he go? Out that way. See if I can get a... Oh, he was checking out that red flag, thinking it might be a flower. It's looking for nectar. It's in search of the flowers that just aren't here anymore. End of his life, that pink-edged sulfur, I believe. Can see the beavers do have a food cache started here. There's a duck sitting on one of the logs. They got to weigh it down in the water. Yeah, right under that duck in the water there's a food cache growing for the winter storage. We'll see what else we can find here along the way. Check it out. Got some American widgeons here amongst the mallards. I didn't realize until I was hearing them. They got a pretty distinct call. Maybe turn back and take another look. Not seeing a bunch of them, just the one, but widgeons are pretty much the last water birds, duck-like birds to stop in, waterfowl, I guess you'd say, to stop in at the pond before the winter really sets in. Still some turtles basking, but not in the numbers that we saw at the beginning of the season. And I wonder, with the shallows of the pond at this point, whether maybe the a good part of the turtle population moved over to the river and went and found another oxbow. Possibly, I don't know. That new beaver canal out here. Might go take a little peek at that. I do need to get over to Tom's pretty quick here, so I can't take much time at the pond, I'm afraid. I also need to stop at the cemetery and put out some traps for voles. There's some more turtles. I'm gonna collect my game cam up here. Not really gonna show exactly where it's at because still trying to keep the mink from becoming the primary subject of many a photographer, because we don't get that many minks, but we have a lot of photographers. But yeah, I'm gonna go collect that camera trap And let's take a look at who we got on there. Here's some of the new canal work of the beavers. I think they're trying to get their way toward bulrush patches. Last several years they've used bulrush as kind of the main food store for the winter. So I'm betting that's what's kind of going on out here. Wish it's a bit mucky. Fortunately, I wore water shoes. Yeah, this would have in normal years been a goose nesting island right here. Surrounded by water. That is definitely not the case as now. I'm surprised these mallards are letting me walk this close to them out here. Yeah, they're normally a bit more prone to taking off. There is still a duck killing season here in Alberta. Duck hunting, you know. Yeah, see here, that would have been another nesting island. Typically, this is that beaver canal that we were looking at from the other side. They're clearly pulling bulrush, like I was thinking. It's pretty wild for the pond to be this low. Wonder how mucky this is out here. Could be quicksand I'm walking into. Yeah, it is. Oh, let's get out of there. Don't want to lose the water shoes. Use, don't lose. You can see some raccoon tracks here. That looks like it's gonna be really mushy. Shit. Gotta get past this stuff. Mint. Getting dry and old. I didn't really harvest mint this year like I typically do. Well, here we got a couple of dragonflies hanging around. Not sure the species of this one's. Oh, there's some cherry-faced meadowhawks in there amidst them, but I'm not sure this one is kind of a charcoal colored. Not seeing too much worth noting. Just swamping around in the wet meadows, making my way toward the other end. I'll be interested to see what I caught on camera. As far as the stream of this video goes, you guys will have basically seen what was on the game cam before I do. I am noticing lots of raccoon tracks though. So it wouldn't surprise me if I got some raccoons visiting the camera. I am surprised that walking along the shoreline here, I am not seeing any turtles. There's a deceased dragonfly. Yeah, I'm not seeing any painted turtles basking in these shallows. I would think I would see some of them. Oh, quicksand. Oh, went right up to my calf in mud. Glorious mud. Swamp mud. Nasty toxics. Might have to just hop over to the river real quick. Rinse off. All the cattails. Starting to kind of make a comeback here. There were several years where we were basically out of cattails. As a result, had no yellow-headed blackbirds hanging around either. Still got no yellowheads, probably because these cattails are above water, you know. There was a blackbirds are all headed out anyway. There was a really cool, I think I'm just gonna cut inland from here. It's a really cool migration of grackles that I witnessed with Carol out here last Sunday during our walk and talk. Just absolutely thousands of grackles moving together. It was quite something to see. Don't see that too often out here. But there it was. I just saw one of the cherry-faced meadowhawks mating with one of the grays. So I'm guessing the grays are also cherry-faced, just the opposite sex. Stopped off at the river here quick to rinse my legs off, unfunk myself from the pond. My legs and shoes. Oh. Not the best, but better. Not like I'm going out showing off fashion anyway. Alright. I think I'm going to bust out of here, head over to the cemetery, and look at the vole activity. I think maybe, as we're walking out of here, we will consult with ChatGPT regarding the identity of that dragonfly. I've found that ChatGPT helps me a lot to learn the natural history of plants and animals if I already know the species. It's sometimes helpful for nailing down a species or at least a genera when I'm having identification issues like today. So let's see what it has to offer. By the way, I call ChatGPT up esto. the white raven from Blackfoot Stories, because it has at sea suppy power. You know, it can remote view. It knows all this other stuff that's going on, whether it's there on the scene or not. Hey, let's see. Okia pesto, itamek skanatani.
Okay. Ithamic skanatane to you too. A very happy morning indeed. Let's keep that same good energy going.
Alright, I'm out at an oxbow of the Old Man River in Lethbridge, and I am seeing some dragonflies still about, although the time of insects is almost done for the season. Some of the lingering dragonflies, I think, are cherry-faced meadowhawks. I'm not sure about the identity, and maybe you can help me with this, because I'm seeing some of them are red in color, and some of them are kind of a slate gray in color, and they're mating together, red with slate gray. I don't know if that's cherry-faced meadowhawk or if that might be somebody else. What do you think?
Absolutely. I can help you sort that out. So what you're describing, seeing pairs of red and grayish individuals mating, is pretty classic for a late season meadowhawk scenario. In fact, cherry-faced meadowhawks, Sympetrum internum, do show that kind of color variation. The males often turn bright red as they mature, while females or even immature males can stay more of a muted brown or grayish color. So it's not unusual at all to see a red male in tandem with a gray female.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty neat how that works out. So from what you're describing, it definitely sounds like you've got cherry-faced meadowhawks doing their late season pairing dance. Even though some are red and some are more slate gray or brownish, they're still the same species, just different maturity stages or different sexes, so you've definitely got it right. If you see them out there, enjoy the last bit of dragonfly season.
Excellent, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm always happy to help with these little nature IDs, especially with all the cool critters you find out there. If you run into any more questions, dragonfly or otherwise, just let me know.
Alright, so I think I'm happy with that ID then. Cherry-faced meadowhawk. Still moving around out here. Okay, let's go to the cemetery. So out here is, I think, the grave that they were talking about. Having some of the family members came and made some complaints that there was voles running around, and they had to lift the guys had to come out here, put some new dirt, lift the headstones. I think this must be it right here. So I'm going to set up a few vole traps right in this area. The traps that I use, by the way, are live traps, just like with everything else. Mouse goes in there, vole goes in there, steps on the pressure pad, gets caught, and I'll come pick him up in the morning. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick look around. This is the main area that they wanted trapping done, but where are the voles is the question, because if they dug up and moved stuff around here, the voles must have run somewhere nearby. I'm not seeing a lot of vole activity, like evidence of it. Oh, hey. Good. I'm not seeing any, and not a lot of sign of activity, but I just looking to see if there's any neighboring graves that have
a bunch.
Yeah, hey.
So I wonder if now that they've closed it up,
Yeah.
that because that one headstone had to be completely raised up because there was so many
Vole tracks in and out of
yeah, that it had sunk.
it. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't want to see any anyways because I do they look like mice?
They look like hamsters.
They do it.
They look like black hamsters. Yeah.
Yeah. I hate mice. she said that they saw them.
Oh,
And
I'm sure.
these guys said they saw them, so they must.
Yeah, they're here. I just wondered because they fixed it up. They must have, the voles must have run somewhere, and I'm trying to see where they might be hiding out at a neighboring grave or whatever to.
Yeah. It's funny how we never had any issues this year. But it was last year, wasn't it, that we
Yeah,
that
it was
called you.
Yeah,
Like,
usually
I didn't hear anyone complain about them till now.
Usually nobody notices until winter because that's when they start.
Burrowing?
We get a snow. No, they don't even like. We'll get a snowpack, and they'll eat tunnels through the grass underneath the snowpack, and then everybody sees where the voles are. Hey, but they can be all out here, going in and out underneath these headstones all over the place.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah. Anyways, I'm glad you found it, and hopefully, I don't know. Maybe if it happens next time, I should call you before they fix it.
Yeah, that too might help. Yeah, because then at least we know where they're all for sure still hanging out. But I'll put maybe a trap here in a couple places where I think neighboring where I think they might be able to get under.
Yeah, it's funny how
All right, definitely setting up one of the traps over here at this rodent poop place. And maybe I'll set it right here because it's a little bit shady. Might not get here till, this time of day. Don't want them roasting. Alright, well, I'm going to set up these other two traps quick. And then we'll be headed to Tom's. A couple of sleeps have passed. It's now Sunday morning. And Carol has bowed out for the day, saying she's coming down with a cold or something. So I'm out with the big dogs, doing a normal round of things. We're just swinging by in Riverstone here to check out the one skunk trap, and then we have a wasp nest in Paradise Canyon that's waiting to be removed. I went over there to check out the nest yesterday. I was going to remove it, but the staff were afraid they were going to get swarmed if I did. So I told them I'd come and do it early morning before there's so many people around. Alright, what do we got here? This cage is still open. No skunky. No skunky. Alright. Just a nice doggy. Alright. So there is a possibility of a skunk still on the north side. I haven't heard. The resident there is monitoring it, so I may hear from them if we caught one. Otherwise, let's go get those wasps. Hey, baby girls. Hey, baby girls. You just wait here. I'll be right back. Two sleeps have passed. It's now Sunday morning. I have no walk and talk this morning because I didn't advertise it, so nobody but Carol was signed up for it, and Carol says she's not feeling too well, so we're not doing it. I do have an animal in a trap to pick up on the north side, and we're starting off our morning here at Paradise Canyon Golf Club, where I normally pick up rattlesnakes, but we're dealing with a wasp nest that's hidden back behind this vent. So I'm going to take that vent off of there, pull the wasps out, and I need to check these other vents a little bit too. They were complaining that maybe they had wasps in the other vents, but we know for sure there's a stack in there. I don't expect they're going to be too active this morning. It's cold. It's been cold for 2 days. Wet. The wasps were coming to the end of their season anyway, so my guess is with the cold nights they'd lost a lot of members to begin with. We'll see if there's even any resistance to my efforts here. I'll see if I can get stung before I put on the full wasp suit. I'll probably just put on the gloves to begin with. Let's take this thing off of here as a starting point. One of my drill guns is gone. Well, my drill gun has something's wrong with it. So now I just have to use my regular drill for everything. We're gonna end up putting copper mesh in here to make sure that wasps don't set up a nest in here again in the future. Oh, that is not coming off the way I thought it would. Alright, that's kind of an issue because the wasps are up in that pipe. They're in that pipe. How do I get... Alright, I might have to take a different tactic, but let's look in there. See. No. Is my lamp not working? Damn. No flashlight power either. That's not good. Alright. I think I'm gonna glove up a hand and reach in there any case. Maybe with my phone I can see in there. It's frustrating having no batteries in my lightsaber. Alright, hold on. One live wasp there. Nothing there. Wonder if that one live one's actually the queen. See her there. Could be. I think I only got one more honeycomb left. One more section there left, yeah. Is that it? A little bit back here. Hold on. Oh, it's got a bunch of wasps. Pretty cool morning for them though. Could get them out of there. Alright, I'm gonna put some copper mesh. See, where had this wire on there, but that's not really even thick enough to keep too much out of there. I'm gonna put some copper mesh and then zip it back in. Maybe I'll scoop some of these other wasps into here so I can take them with me. Whoop, didn't mean to take the screws. Still need those. Anyway, this is that copper mesh that I use for mostly for bat exclusions and rodent exclusions. You stuff this stuff in the gaps where rodents could possibly get into your walls outside of your house. It comes in a big roll like this. Copper mesh you can buy off Amazon. That'll ensure they don't take up residence there again. I'm just going to zip this back in place and we'll be on our way. Done deal. Just wait, my girl. Just the other day, Friday, when I was making the original video, I noted that a new movie has come out in the theater, a horror movie from a dog's perspective called Good Boy. I gotta see that movie. Probably not at the theater, but I gotta see it as soon as it's available online. Alright. Let's see who we have here this morning. Somebody's in the trap. The client said it didn't look like a skunk. She can't tell what it is. So, let's have a look. There could, if it's not a skunk, it could be a raccoon. Oh, it's heavy. Who we got? Yeah, it's a raccoon. Hey there, just sitting in the back darkness. You probably can't even see it. Alright. Good deal. I'm going to set up another trap here. And we'll see if we can catch the skunks yet. The skunks are actually living in under the shed here. And you can just smell them. They're just pungent. Anyway, set this trap. Go release this raccoon. And then take the dogs to the park, and that'll be a wrap.
Okay, let's knock it out.
Come on, you gotta get out of the trap. Well, I guess that's going to be it for this installment. Not too busy these days, as you can see, but a little trickle of stuff going on. Happy we had some work this morning anyway. And yeah, catch you later in the week, I guess. Again.